Krista Smith, actor, stunt woman, speaker, educator. This is part 2 of what's in my stunt bag. I talk too much, so this video went a little long, so I've broken it down into 2 pieces. If you want to watch part 1, you can find the link to it in the description box down below. I don't have very much more to say. If you want more of the backstory, go to part 1. I just want to get right into it. Here's part 2 of what's in my stunt bag. Then I have this little, it's technically a kidney pad. I bought this to replace my small back pad that has been lost to the times. I haven't been able to find another one. I've been trying to find one online and they just don't sell them anywhere. So I bought this one as it's got hard plastic on the back, so if I just needed something on my back. I've only worn this one probably once or twice. I've been really lucky that somebody around me has had a small back pad. It sucks when I have to tell somebody that I don't have something. But it's one of those things, like I said, my bag is a work in progress. So you lose pads, you gain pads, you realize you need this pad. It just takes time. Like I said, I'm always looking for pads. So this is just a small kidney belt. I have a whole bag of Hot Shots. These are those things that you open and you shake and they stay warm. So I have some for your toes. I have some for your back that stick on you. I swear by the body ones. When you're working and it's cold, you put one of these on your lower back and you put one on your belly. I'm good. So good. Like I'm not fighting to stay warm because I have heat right here and then I can keep my extremities warm. I have the ones that go in your boots. I have tons of these. So wardrobe will give these to you when they know it's gonna be cold, and if I don't use them, I keep them so that I have a whole bag of them so that when I need one, I don't have to go searching for somebody. They're just there. I have small white knee pads. These are Nike. Here's another little set of knee pads. I have knee pads and knee pads and knee pads. If you ever need knee pads, I have knee pads. Okay, here's more knee pads. These are my favorite knee pads. These are the knee pads I don't give to my actors because they're mine. I've been really lucky the last couple years where I have been doubling actors that are strong women, like doubling Gina, and I just doubled Brianna Buckmaster. So I get to wear legit knee pads. I'm not wearing like tiny little short skirts. So these are my go-to knee pads. I think I can't remember what the brand name is called. Oh no, they're Troy Lee. I should actually read them. They're Troy Lee. I love them. So they have the hard shell in the bottom, but then they also have this hard part for your shin right here, because I find that with knees, it's not necessarily the top of your knee, it's like down here that you need. So these ones are awesome. I wear them a lot. If I can wear these under my costume, I'm going to. Okay, then I have just regular shin pads. I think I might have got these at a secondhand store. You can get a lot of pads at secondhand stores. I don't know what sport they would be for. I don't think they're soccer. But yeah, they're just good for if you need to kick something, or I've worn one in here because my partner who I was fighting had to give me a shot to the inside of the leg, and sometimes it's just easier to make a little contact. Not something you would do with your actor, but as trained professionals we can pull it a little bit, but if they want to make a little bit of contact, that's okay. So this is my big back pad. This goes on your back like so. It's like a turtle shell. Like I said, I used to have one that was like half this size. I don't know where it went. I really like this pad. It's really flexible. As far as back pads go, it's pretty low pro. Again, I've been really lucky on some of the shows I've worked on that we've been able to, if I've had to do something fairly gnarly where we've wanted, it's been essential to wear a back pad. I've been able to throw one in there. On Deadpool, she had a corset that they were able to adjust so that I could wear a harness and a back pad to get flown into a bunch of stuff because I was doing a lot of ratchets. But there's been times where I've had to skip the back pad and just wear something like this just to have something there. I had to do a big old gnarly slam in Deadpool where Colossus picked me up on my throat and then I had to jump as high as I can and then flat back onto my upper back on the hard ground in the junkyard. Thankfully, we only did it a couple times, but in that moment, I wasn't able to throw in a back pad, and so I just had to take it, and it sucked. It's one of those ones where you stand up and you're just like, oh God. And then they say, can you go again? Yep. And then you just get back up and sell hard. There's no room for thinking, there's no room for fear, just do it and trust that your body's gonna take care of you, and that's a big part of stunts, is doing the training so that when you get into these moments, you can just clear your mind and just go. This is my jerk vest. This is the harness that you wear when you're gonna get pulled around or do any sort of ratchet. It is custom made. It is built to you. They are quite expensive, but they are absolutely necessary. You're not gonna go very far if you don't have a jerk vest. So as soon as I was able to afford and was working a lot, one of the things I did was invest in a jerk vest. So you can wrap it around your legs, goes around your waist. This is a women's one, so it kind of comes under your breasts like this, because generally you don't have a costume, or you have a costume that's quite bare here. I'm very protective of it. I make sure I take care of it. I have to send it in every year and get it recalibrated so that when they're pulling me, I'm not gonna lose one of these because they can get loose. I have extra pads in here because it cuts. I have quite broad shoulders and it cuts into my armpit here. That's something I have with literally every jacket costume that I own is this. So I leave pads in so that I can just stick them underneath my costume right where the shoulders are. It's tight in here. I'm also wearing 2 shirts right now, so I'm gonna throw something in here so that it takes a little bit of the edge off. Of course, it's not gonna heal the problem completely, but it does all right. Getting to the end here. So I just have a bag of toiletries. There's a toothbrush, there's pens, some Pro Wrap, there's deodorant, dental floss, Rescue Remedy, which I really like. And then the other side is Band-Aids. My mom made this bag, by the way. Band-Aids and moleskin and scissors, because sometimes you just need to put a little moleskin in your shoes if they're giving you blisters. Let's get to this top pocket here. Top pocket full of junk. I have waterproof socks. These are Gore-Tex socks. These are great when it's pissing rain and your shoes aren't waterproof. They're quite expensive, but I really, really swear by them. Sometimes I don't wear them, like if I'm wearing shoes that they're not gonna fit in, I don't get to wear them, which sucks, but they're really just really good to have. I also have another pair of gloves. Sometimes you're working in places that are rough, like for example, we're working in a junkyard full of sharp, pointy metal and rust and tetanus. So you want to make sure that you have gloves. These are actually my motorcycle gloves, but I don't have a motorcycle anymore, so I leave them in my stunt bag. I think they're pretty badass because they have these hard knuckles, and I feel like, yeah, got my shit together. I got my good gloves on. I have these Chinese patches. I use them when I'm sore. I love these. I have a pack of these in almost every bag that I have because I love them so much. Band-Aids that have been squished and actually should be going in this bag. You can never have too many Band-Aids. I have tape. You never know when you're gonna need tape. I have tape in every bag. Literally every bag I have, even my purse. A flashlight. Does it work? I have a flashlight. Sometimes you're working at night and it's dark and this bag is like the deep abyss. So I need a flashlight to see inside my bag. Oh my gosh, look, there's another pair of knee pads. Do you want knee pads? Because I have knee pads. Then I have a knife. Again, sometimes you just need to chop some things. I have a knife in pretty much every bag as well. I think it's just one of those things. Flashlight and a knife are some of those just essential things that you should have. I have Advil. Very important. Very, very important. My friend Roar gave me the tip that sometimes it's best to take Advil before you do something gnarly. Like before you're gonna go hit the ground, so that by the time you're hitting the ground, it's already had time to kick in, and then you get up and you're like, it's okay because I've already taken my Advil. And I like the muscle and joint kind. Again, I have Advil in every bag, but I try not to take it. I only use it if I really, really need it. So if I know that I'm gonna be hitting the ground or gonna be doing something gnarly that I'm most likely gonna feel the next day, I'm gonna take an Advil. But if I just have a headache or something hurts, probably not going to take it because I don't like putting chemicals and things in my body. A lot of time, just doing a little bit of rolling or massaging can actually be more helpful than Advil. But sometimes it's necessary. Sometimes you need to take an anti-inflammatory. I have these pads. These actually go in my helmet. So my helmet usually lives in my bag. It's one of the only things I might take out of my bag. I would never leave it at home. I would leave it in my car. So if I don't think I'm gonna need it, it's probably gonna live in my car. If I don't know what I'm gonna do, like if we're going to rehearsal and we're not quite sure what's going on, I'm gonna bring my helmet with me no matter what. But if I know that all I'm doing that day is just a fight scene, chances are I'm just gonna leave it in my car. Some people like to bring it in. I find it's just bulky, but I have extra pads. Another thing I keep in my bag all the time is a rain jacket, because often you will be outside, especially during rehearsals. When you're shooting, they're really good about keeping it dry because they don't want to wreck your wig or your makeup or your costume. But during rehearsal, that's up to you. So I make sure that I always have a rain jacket, and I always have waterproof pants. Sometimes I'll forego the rain jacket and just wear the waterproof pants because you can get a little bit wet and change your shirt, but sometimes it just sucks when your pants are wet. It just sucks. And then we're getting to the end here. So I have all my call sheets from the last bunch of shows I've been working on. I usually clear these out, but I haven't cleared them out in a long time. All the sides they give you at the beginning of the day and where we are. I keep these because you don't always remember what episode you're working on when you're on a TV show, and so when you go to update your IMDb, which is a pain in the ass, by the way, it's good to refer back to these. It's also good when you get your checks and your contracts to just make sure that you are getting paid for all your days. So that's what all this is. Doesn't actually need to be in my bag. It's just one of those things that stays in my bag. That's pretty much it for my stunt bag. That's what lives in there. It's a bit like Mary Poppins' bag, where it's the never ending and things just come out and out and out. That's what I feel like when I'm reaching into my stunt bag. It's like a deep abyss of pads, mostly knee pads. Now I'm gonna get back to work organizing it. There's times where your actor just is gonna need a pair of knee pads and you have to be able to go to your bag, grab the pads, and be back on set. So it's really good practice to be super organized and to take care of your gear because it is expensive, and making sure that it's clean and you're washing it and that you are well prepared. Time is money and things are moving quickly. If your bag can be organized, then you're going to be much more organized in keeping yourself safe and keeping the rest of your team safe. So that's it. I hope you found that interesting. I think it's interesting what is in people's bags, and certainly not a lot of people know what goes into being a stunt performer. So I hope that you found that educational and a little bit intriguing. I would love to do more of these videos for you guys. So if you want to see a particular video on a particular topic, don't forget to include it in the comments down below. And while you're here, please hit that subscribe button. I'm really trying to push my YouTube channel and make it as popular as my Facebook page. That would be amazing so that we can reach and discover new things with a whole bunch of new people together. I just really have a lot of fun doing these things and I just want to share. And that's about it. So I hope you enjoyed that and I'll see you on the next video.